to the Northwest Community Garden, located at the corner of Park and Baxter Streets. The Rutland Department of Parks and Rec administers 2 such gardens, which are open to members of the community to plant and grow their own produce. Over the next few months, we will feature the progress of this garden, from soil preparation, seeding, pruning, and the final harvest. Our garden guide is Nicholas Santoro. Welcome back to the Northwest Community Garden. This is Furrow number 7, and I must say, Nick, the garden has grown exponentially.
It's a profusion. We've got squash, and look at this gigantic sunflower, and corn actually, and tons of flowers. It's just, we have a lot of vegetables here now.
I've heard of Planet of the Apes, but this seems to be Planet of the jungle veggies.
Yeah.
The spaghetti squash and the pumpkins have vined all over the place. They've taken over. Humankind is helpless, I'm afraid.
And we have 2 special treats that we'll share. We have a melon that's ready to be cut and eaten. And we have tomatillas, which are growing in abundance, which is the secret ingredient for a super duper
salsa.
Anyhow, so we're going to cut them up and try them.
Okay. Now I was away for 2 weeks, but it seems like it's been 3 weeks since we've been here, and things have gone growing crazy. And I wonder, because you're an expert, if you can identify this squash, which I brought back from Maine.
Well, it looks like a spaghetti squash to me, but you know, this year I have a lot of mystery squash and growing over here with all kinds of colors and lines and shapes, so I can't say for certain. I'm not an expert.
My friend who grew it wasn't sure exactly what it was, but he says it tastes a lot like a mild butternut squash. But I said, well, I don't know how to cook it. And he explained. You slice it down the middle so you've got 2 sort of like halves of a canoe. And then he says you scoop out all the seeds.
All right,
Is this typical for squash? Okay, scoop out the seeds. Put them in either a baking dish or something in the oven, probably on tin foil.
Yeah.
And he says, and put water in the little shallow parts of both. He didn't say how long to cook it, but I would imagine 20 to 30 minutes. So that's a nice mystery squash. They really come big.
And it makes a great meal. Remember, Indians from the earliest times survived on squash and beans and corn.
Right, good old succotash.
And so this is one of the main ingredients to a balanced diet.
Very good. Now also today I wanted to do a soil sample, or take a soil sample for us to ship up to UVM's Extension Laboratory. This is the form that they sent me. Yeah. And they request the following information: name, farm or company if you have one, your address, phone number, and email. And they also give you the option of, it says send results by, you either check mail or email. And the rest of the form they fill out. And this is the envelope that comes with it. All you have to do is call up and request this lab form, and then you send the yellow paper, a check for $14, and your soil sample to the University of Vermont in Burlington. And this is the paper. This is the exotic plastic bag into which we will put some soil, assuming we have something to dig it up with.
We do. Okay.
So basically that's what we're going to be doing today.
Great.
Hopefully enjoying the produce of our labor.
And we have lots of cherry tomatoes, which we'll pick a few and we'll certainly we'll cut those 2 melons that Mike planted not that long ago, and we'll take a look at those 2 pumpkins that are growing. That Moo that he used and the good soil really make a difference. I think this year we'll plant winter rye when everything's cleared, because when you turn it over in the spring, it puts a lot of nitrogen in the soil.
I didn't realize we were going to plant something after the big harvest.
Yeah, Marilyn and I are gonna go get some rye seed, apparently. That's what Bruce used to do. It's just a lot of work turning it over because it's like turns into a thick grass.
Well then, I think we're about ready to get on with get our hands down and dirty and get something nice for the tongue.
All right, we have our little plastic bag that we're gonna send our sample off to the University of Vermont. I have my trusty little trowel. I'm gonna get some of this soil out of this is the community plot. And well, I think let's go down a bit. Let's see what happens. I don't think we need a lot. I think this is more than enough for those folks up there in Burlington. Now, do we have maybe we'll write the date and the location on here. Okay. I'm very proud of my tomatillo arrangement here. We got 6-foot high tomatillas, and I'm gonna raise myself and look for ripe tomatillas so that we can try them. And I'm squeezing. Sometimes they burst. These tomatillas are a Mexican. Tomatilla means small tomato, and these, I believe, the originated in Mexico. But you know, look, there's one that's ready. This is a tomatilla. It has the sheath, and the tomatillas, in my experience, have different flavors depending upon the maturity. Ooh, this looks like a good one. First I cut it, and then it's going right in my mouth. It's not quite mature yet. Now, Gale, would you like to try a piece of this tomatilla? It tastes like cheese. Tell me if it tastes like cheese.
Well, a very interesting flavor. I like the crunch.
It's really interesting.
Yes,
to me,
I've never had a tomatillo.
You like it? I don't think you can eat a lot of these in a sitting because the flavor.
I'm kind of used to tomatoes in a salad, but.
The flavor kind of is strong. Okay, well, I'll have this piece. We'll get another one.
And now, the moment we've been waiting for. We're going to actually taste some wonderful early cantaloupes, thanks to Mike Gay. Nick, Master Slicer, take it away.
Okay, well, we have a melon here that may be overdone. We'll see. Nevertheless, I'm going to slice it. It looks like it's overdone. I tried to.
It's got some age spots, it looks like.
So I'm going to cut it just like this and see what we have.
The color is delicious, gentle.
But it's a little. Well, I'm going to give you a nice piece of this to try.
Wow. You'd never guess this was nurtured in Moodoo.
Moodoo and Vermont. There you go.
So I get to be the first one. So if I clutch.
Yummy.
Delicate. And it really smells like cantaloupe too.
Sure does. Yeah, this one is just fine. It's a little overdone, but
You mean it would be sweeter if it had been harvested
Like-
sooner?
maybe it would be firmer.
You're going to have to take that home.
This is nice and sweet.
We'll give the other half to Missy, okay?
And so it's a little darker here. This part's starting to get old.
So it
but
really needed to
otherwise,
be
Yeah,
harvested right now.
it needed to be harvested a little while ago, but it didn't get. But that's okay because of our location. It's not the cleanest plate, but it is. We're right in the garden.
So let's remember, green thumbs and
thumbs.
green all fingers.
All fingers, wow.
Green all fingers society. See you next week.